server group assigned.
Hey. Zarba. Zarba!
Hey, hey Damien. We're on the stream, by the way.
Like, talking?
Yeah, we can talk. Why not?
Well, are we live now then? Like, can they hear us right now?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I might have someone barge in my room in, well, about 10 minutes. I don't know.
Okay.
Just my grandpa coming. But that shouldn't take too long, I guess.
Yeah. Well, if something, I'm gonna start without you, and then you can join.
Okay.
Hey guys. Well, since Damien is gonna be away for a while, I'm just gonna talk a little bit about today's match. It's the first match between the teams from the Pro League, well, the Pro Division of the Thunder League, and the Semi-Pro League. The Semi-Pro League team is One Shot. And basically these guys played really well in the Semi-Pro League, but they didn't reach the top place and didn't enter the Pro League. So yeah, we are gonna see if they can show something against their Adler, which actually in this show match is played a lot, and they actually won against Dislike, then lost against Dislike, and today they're gonna play with One Shot in a 6.7 lineup, which I'm gonna show a little bit later. Okay, so the guys are already in the lobby, and their Adler choose the map. They choose Berlin. So let's set Berlin. Yeah, guys, in case you were wondering why is not Philip here streaming with instead of me or Damien, well, me and Damien. Yeah, Philip is now on a kind of vacation. He's partying all the time. We gave him like this leave for a couple of weeks after the Contender Cup, and I hope that he will be back tomorrow if he comes well to his senses after partying tonight. So let's see how that goes with him. And also about the voting on the stream, we are not voting this today, but we will have voting tomorrow, and you will be able to win some Golden Eagles on the stream as usual. And yeah, I hope that everything will go there as planned. And while I wait for Damien and the start of the show match, we'll start probably somewhere around in 3 minutes. Both teams are for Russia, so they're gonna play on the Russian server. Yeah, 6.7 lineup. Let me show it to you while we wait for the guys to get ready. I'm just gonna talk about it a little bit. Right now, we are testing some different lineups for the second season of the Thunder League, and this is one of them. We call it the 6.7 according to the BR of these vehicles. And here we go. We have for the Americans the Walker Bulldog, which got its BR lowered in the last server patch with corrections of the battle ratings. M46 actually a tier 5 vehicle in the lineup here. T26 E11, that's the Super Pershing. Then we got the 76mm Jumbo, Hellcat, M36, M19 for the anti-air, P63, A10 and TBF-1C. These vehicles are more or less standard for the setup. For the Germans we have Panther 2, Panther A, Tiger 2, the King Tiger with a Porsche turret, Yak Panther, SDKFZ, Ostwind, BF-109, G10 instead of G6. Then we have the JU-87D5 and the Dornier 17Z. You know, guys, the planes in these setups are not really powerful, but you know, if we put something more powerful there, they're gonna be very, very very powerful, and they can destroy tanks easily, which we don't want to have in a combined battles game where actually tanks capture the zones and finish off well, the other tanks, and yeah, basically you need tanks to win the game. So for the Soviets we have the T-44, T-34, 85, IS-2, Su-100, the Gaz with the well, 94 KMZ 12, ZSU 37, LA7, and one I-185 Model 82. For the Brits, Comet 1, Centurion 3, Avenger, Charioteer, Mark 7, Carnarvon, AC Mark 2A, Crusader A Mark 2, Crusader Mark A Mark 1, Spitfire 14E, the Griffon Spitfire, Typhoon Mark 1A, and Beaufort Mark 8. Waiting for the guys still to get ready. Let's ask. Let's see. Can we start? So the first map is gonna be Berlin, and yeah, the map was chosen by the Adler, of course. Okay, let's start this game. Start. And the Adler are going against one shot in the coolest vehicle setup so far that we had in League Thunder, well, Thunder League show matches. We are probably gonna have another lineup, which is gonna be on tier 5. Well, rank 5 vehicles, battle rating up to 7.7. That's gonna be very interesting, I hope, for everybody. So we are on Berlin. A very nice day. Look at this Carnarvon. Is that a Carnarvon? Yeah, that's Carnarvon. Carnarvon in a dislike camouflage. One interesting point about the dislike camouflage is, well, actually I'm the author of this camouflage, and some other camouflages that were available in the well, in the first dog tag in the first season. So I'm really I'm really glad that this camouflage actually made it to be the most popular one, since most people have it. This like one. Okay, we see that Maximal had some problems against Zakis Shota. But Zakis Shota is also down. Let's see Yedu Magadan and Yedu Magazine, the two guys from Shot, are now fighting against some the other guys, but they took down both Maximal and THG, and now they're going in for a kill there on the Adler guys on the ground. So Shot won the air. They lost one plane, but they managed to destroy two, and now the Adlers are on defense here. We can see that Centurion is trying. The Adler Centurion, that's Shark is trying, and no, Shark is in Carnarvon. Centurion and Carnarvon from the Adlers are trying to cap B. They just capped B, while Shot are on the C point. Eagle is all the way out here. Whoa, Yedu Magazine was shot down by True Story Bro from Centurion. Centurion is on fire. True Story Bro is on fire, so he cannot move right now. But let's see how many vehicles have they lost. Where the other lost 3 vehicles, Shot have lost only 2 vehicles so far, but their other are now in position to cap. Well, they have 2 caps. The A and B points. On A, there's nobody left from the Adler. I think whoever was that, yeah, that was Overlord, and Commissar from the Adler managed to take him out. We see True Decision and Raid Boss now pushing Shark, and I think True Story Bro is there. Yeah, Damien, one sec. Yeah, one sec. I'm gonna give it to you right now. I'm sorry for that. Yeah, there we go. We're gonna have Damien in the game as soon as... No, guys, unfortunately, there is no vote today, but there will be vote tomorrow, for sure. That's, well, kind of my technical moment there. But, yeah, we are gonna have more voting and more gold on the streams that we can give away for the votes. Damien, I explained that Philip is not here today because he's a party animal.
Yes, Philip is.
Yeah, but we will hopefully have him tomorrow if he comes back to his normal self. Meanwhile, we can see this really cool battle here on the B point. Sharkrus, Raid Boss, True Story Bro, and True Decision brawling it in this British tanks action.
This is
Three Carnarvons against the Centurion. Yeah. And the funny thing is that 2 Shot guys are actually standing right in the middle of the B point, and they cannot cap because Shark is preventing them here. And he just put a nice shot into True Decision. Yeah, Raid Boss should have covered. Oh, but no! Oh, Raid Boss just got destroyed by Shark. Yeah. Well,
and there you go.
We see now. Yeah, their Adler, you know, I think this is just whoa, that was a bomb. That was, yeah, that was a Spitfire bomb there from Yedu Magadan. Maxival is trying to get him. Let's see that guy. That's one of these Yedu guys. These guys are actually... These guys were always in Shot, as far as I remember. They are very good pilots, which they proved in this battle also, because they shot down both planes from the Adler. But as we can see right now, the shots are in kind of a trouble. They cannot get to the A or B point. The B point is really looking good for the Adler because they are constantly having two tanks over there. On A, it doesn't look that good because, to be honest, on this map they have a worse side. This southern side is pretty open.
I am actually quite surprised that because Spot actually has the more beneficial side, I'm actually surprised that they're not putting more pressure on the spawn region of their Adler, because they could easily do that.
Well, I think, Damien, that this is the problem of just lack of experience from shot. The thing is, when you watch the matches of the semi pro division, they look more or less the same as the pro division matches, but when you put the teams from semi-pro against the teams from pro division, they usually don't play as good, and this is because they don't figure out some of this, for the pro division, pretty easy maneuvers, but in semi-pro this is not the case.
You see
And
Maxivel shooting actually with his Crusader from a bit too far out. I
Yeah.
would say that is a little bit hopeful, but in comes, I'm not even, Magazine, I guess.
Yeah,
going
that's
to the ball with
Magazine.
Eagle. He does miss the bomb, although that does look a bit close. I think the water managed to absorb most of the damage from that bomb. But
Raid
Eagle
Boss
gets
meanwhile
shot
penetrates.
by
Raid Boss penetrates Eagle.
and he will need to repair that gun breach.
Yeah, and we can see shots coming from C. That's Commissar there shooting.
True Decision is moving in on the Alpha camp, where
Yeah.
Maxival.
Whoa! Commissar just took out THG from the C point, and Raid Boss finishes off Eagle. Now, True Story Bro is the only thing standing between Raid Boss and the B point.
Look at this. Maxivel is just completely blind. He does not see.
Oh yeah, True Decision is coming there. Look at this.
Although
Let's
True Decision does get held up by.
True Decision. Does he have a shot?
Up by
Yeah, Shark is trying to get him. He lost already his commander of the tank. He tries to put a shot in Shark, but that doesn't happen. He needs to push forward anyways. Whoa, 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 whoa. So many shots coming in from Overlord, and the Maxival is also... Yeah, but Maxival is not gonna make it. Look at this. The only thing that stands between True Decision and Maxival right now is Overlord, and I don't think he's looking this way. Yeah, True Decision
Maxivel
just got a shot and destroyed him.
I think Maxivel just might have actually.
Whoa! He tracked him.
Yes, that is one thing that the British AA guns are very good at. They are very good at tracking your opponent. Which
I'm
is
sorry, guys. The camera sometimes. Yeah, Maxival tracked True Decision, and now True Decision cannot push him, and he's constantly tracking him. Somebody needs to put a shot. Well, meanwhile, we see that Shot are actually... Yeah, they finally took B point, and if we take a look at the teams, we see that Shot haven't lost any players so far, while their Adler are on the last two players. So even though the shots were playing this, well, they have three players, but that doesn't change the thing, because even though Shot were playing it really, really carefully.
Maxivel is actually doing really well. He's cannon barreled the True Decision.
Yeah.
On both tracks, so that's going to be a long repair.
But look at Naomnik. He's coming from behind, and I think he's gonna have a shot. But Shark is there.
Yeah, look at this. This is over for their Adler. There is no other way of putting it, to be honest. Maxivel actually trying to penetrate, but unable to do any damage anywhere, and
Yeah.
income playing with the bombs, although it's not necessary for the SPAA. Now all that remains is the Shark Russ, who's most certainly going to be taken out
Yeah.
by a plane. Also, we actually do have someone else that spawned. We have True Story Bro, who respawned in a tank.
Whoa.
Oh, and
There goes
bombs
Shark.
are no longer necessary for the Shark Russ, so
Only True Story Bro is there.
only True Story Bro remains.
And this
are
will
we
be, yeah, he just left his tank. He bailed
Yeah.
out, and Shot wins the first round. Amazing.
Yeah, Shot is actually a pretty decent team. There were a couple of really good teams in the semi league.
Yeah.
Teams who, in my personal opinion, would have been better contenders for some people for some teams in the pro league. Because in the end, teams such as Akai Victory and Cube really they were in a complete other league than the other teams. And that's teams like what are they called?
By the way, isn't it Shot who won the Contender Cup?
That could very well be. I don't exactly remember.
Yeah,
but
I
it
think
could
I
very
think
well be.
I think Shot won the Contender Cup. Yeah. And yeah, Shot are showing a really solid gameplay.
Yeah, Shot is a very potent team indeed.
Yeah, I have guys say that your volume is not high enough. The guys are asking if they can take Centurion Mark 10.
Doesn't that have the 105 mil gun?
Yeah, True Story Bro, he left because he took the wrong Centurion. He took the Centurion Mark 10, so that's why he left. In the end.
That is the same gun that you get on the Leopard, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken, right?
that
Yes.
would be a little
The
bit
only
too
thing-
much.
It doesn't get heat FS, does it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Shot, they choose Poland. Interesting choice. Well, it's like this map is kind of like, I don't know, mainstream.
Yeah. Yeah, it is mainstream. Eastern Europe, right?
No. They chose Poland.
Oh yeah, yeah. Poland is was the very first urban map added into the game. Very old map. It's well, I guess almost a year old now, even maybe more even.
I think even more. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it could even be 1.5 years.
It's kind of a classic map, you know.
It's a classic map, and the thing is, there have been made such little changes to that map.
Yeah.
I personally think one of the very first iterations of that map, they did it right the first time. There were certain maps that got changed, like Carpathians and
Yeah.
Karelia. They all got changed
Kuban
around.
also. Yeah.
They all got changed around every other patch or so. They fixed some imbalances, but this map has been largely unchanged. We've seen no changes in the city apart from the recent addition of the houses near what I believe to be the sea point. Yes.
Yeah, the devs added some houses because, well, they believe that the
little house.
yeah the west point, the western side was like too open, which was kind of true. Well,
You also see these new additions, these trucks.
yeah, near the sea point. Yeah, let me.
They're a little bit confusing.
Yeah,
sometimes,
here,
especially
yeah, because
for new players.
yeah. So we see.
First time I saw these, every time I get a little confused. I'm like, "Oh, is that one of those trucks, or is that an actual player?"
Yeah, I know what you mean, especially in realistic battles where you don't have markers. I always whoa, Eagle set raid boss on fire in the start. Basically, these tanks can shoot each other from the spawns. To be honest, these 20
Yeah,
pounder
this is
guns
just
are
as
just
this.
yeah.
Yeah, that is, I think, one of the main things why
Why
I
we
would
don't have
personally
them.
say. Yeah, this is one of the reasons why I think it is a very. It would be very unlikely for this actual setup to get into the game, into the setup of the league, because these tanks, tier 3. Tier 3 is, in my opinion, by far the most balanced tier that there is. In tier 4 you get some really good tanks like the Tiger 2 and the Panther 2, and you get things with these high velocity guns. But then certain tanks just really start to outclass other tanks,
Yeah.
uh, especially in terms of mediums. Because for the Germans, yeah, you got the later Panthers, but you got the Russians. You have the T-44. But if you get, and it's not really a very balanced
Whoa.
setup, and especially the guns on
Yeah.
the British tanks have such high velocity you practically don't have to aim.
Meanwhile, we see that the Adler decided to take back. Well, THG lost half of his wing, but he managed to take down Yedu Magadan. While Maxival managed to take out the other guys, except yeah, Zaki Shota is also down. So yeah, the Adler win the air this time around, and they managed to destroy 2 tanks on the ground, Nayomnik and
But not
Commissar.
completely unscathed though.
Yeah. Whoa.
Oh, that is getting a little close there, Maxwell.
Yeah,
A
Maxwell
little close.
pulled it off, but yeah, True Decision is having a bad time right now in his Carnarvon because he's there against 2 tanks from the Adler. One is Shark, the other one is True Story Bro. True Story Bro is actually, yeah, True Decision is now without an engine because of the Maxwell shot. Actually, the Spitfire can pen the Carnarvon's engine deck. Look at that. He set him on fire again. If this continues, True Decision is gonna die.
Yeah, that is actually the thing. These 20mm Hispanos, we've seen that
Yeah.
kind of as a stealth implementation of these 20mm cannons. Not for the Germans though, but for the British and for the American A&M cannons.
Yeah, they actually penned the engine decks of the tanks right now.
Yes, the penetration values actually work, which
Yeah.
is quite interesting to see how you can manipulate things with that. How you can manipulate a battle, because you can just continuously set a tank on fire, and, well, you got 2 fire extinguishers, and after that, you
Yeah.
can kiss your ass goodbye, to be honest.
So True Decision is this is remarkable, but he's still alive there in the 8 point, denying the cap.
He did,
Whoa,
however, just get his cannon barrel taken
he's
out
just
by artillery.
yeah,
And
artillery is
also his
just
track, and if someone has communicated that clearly to
yeah. Shark is
to
pushing.
Shark Ross,
We
look at
can
that. I
see.
think that might have even been Shark's artillery.
And
Also
he
shoots the track for good measure.
oh, Shark is shooting.
Does get shot from.
Let's take a look. I think Shark is shooting with the heat. Yeah, he's using the heat shell.
Yes.
I'm not sure about that heat shell, Damien. What do you think about it? I don't find it that good. I prefer the
It is
M82.
more penetration. It's a trade-off.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
just
meanwhile,
a
Eagle from I think from where? From the city takes out True Decision at last, and Shark is now capping the 8 point. Yeah, Eagle is in the city in the box here. Yeah, we call this place a box. And we can see Nayomnik is getting really hammered from different guys, from True Story, Shark, and yeah, True Story Bro takes him out.
Look at this. This is, I think, a very definite and decisive comeback
Yeah.
for the Adler guys.
Yeah, exactly. I think they underestimated shot in the first game, and they got worse side in Berlin, to be honest. and now
Yeah.
they're showing their power.
Oh, look at that! There's a Tiger 2 Porsche.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if that is actually in the lineup, is it?
yeah, it is.
Okay. Yeah, it could give some advantages with a more sloped turret, but
I'm not sure that thing is really slow. It should be used like a weapon of. Look at Yedu Magadan. He's trying to get behind the guys on A. He's having this sneaky, because there's nobody there on the Adler spawn. He's trying to get around these guys, Eagle, Shark, and True Story Bro. Well, the Adler are one of those teams that are known for pushing their opponents when they have the numbers, in the city. They like to push their opponents till the actual spawn. But this time they are being careful, I would say. They know that there are guys over there coming from the spawn. I
yeah,
don't
look
think.
at that. Eagle does, however, Eagle has definitely seen.
Yeah, Eagle. I think Eagle got info from the B point from Grimmelheld over there that Yedu Magadan is coming. Whoa!
Oh, look
He-
at that shot into the track. Doesn't actually
Yeah,
do
exactly.
anything. Doesn't manage to knock it off. And ooh, that shot.
Yedu
I
Magadan
think
actually.
bounced.
Yeah. This is the problem with APDS. It can bounce.
It can bounce strange angles, yes. And look at that. He can't do anything now.
Yeah.
And there goes
Oh,
his track, which is not good.
that
and
sound of that heat.
his engine a little bit as well. He is gonna have to either repair that right now.
Yeah,
but
he's gonna. He's done.
that is just a bad situation. There's nothing he can do.
Yeah, he should have probably gone around a little bit more. Something like that, because the other were watching this side, and they got info probably from Grimmenheld over there on B that Yedu Magadan was coming to them, and they took him out.
The plane
Yeah, here comes
with the bomb.
THG.
Oh, that is a little bit. Actually, that hits the church, so that does no damage to Gomi.
But THG is still in a Spitfire with 20 mils, so he can. I don't know. Is he gonna go for Yedu magazine? That would be foolish, because I don't know. He's shooting Zakis, yeah, and he just lost one of his ailerons, and I think he should bug out right now, because otherwise he's gonna get destroyed.
Well, I mean, there's not really any. There wouldn't. It wouldn't really matter if he dies
Yeah.
now,
Because there's only 3 players left for shot. And this is a return from the Adler. They are looking pretty. Well, they're confident on Poland. Actually, I think they played a lot of Poland yesterday, because. Yeah, you tested the new stuff, 7v7. So Poland was there a lot.
Here, Adler actually with a very confident game here, only losing
Yeah.
3 of their units in total. That is a good.
Oh.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, the
He actually
magazine.
gets penetrated by. I
Yeah,
imagine that to be Maxival.
yeah.
Yeah, these 20 mils, they can penetrate and they can do quite a bit of damage.
And now True Story Bro is coming to. Oh
And
no,
there
no.
you go. Look
Yeah.
at that. Spitfire takes out the Crusader AA with its 20 mils.
Yeah. Pretty solid play from their other there. The other are kind of a team that can actually play very well. They were actually the only team that won against Dislike in the first season of Thunder League. But they are the team who is not consistent. Sometimes they play very strangely.
Yeah, they lose again. They lost against Cube, for example.
Yeah.
They did they? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, they lost
they
against
lost.
Cube,
Yeah, exactly.
which is, well, I mean, it's
And Cube lost against the AV.
Cube
the,
then
the
lost
high
against
victory.
AV. Yeah, that is
Yeah.
that the lower part of this first season of the Thunder League was a little bit of a clown fiesta, to be honest.
Yeah.
In how it all played out, no one really expected that. Everybody thought, oh, Archive victory, you know, just they're in a complete other league. You know, they're just gonna wipe the
Yeah.
floor with
But
10-0. But then Cube actually loses against them, which is very surprising. And
yeah.
and then Cube actually wins against their Adler. It was just very surprising.
Yeah. One sec. I don't see. The... They want Karelia. So the next map chosen by the Adler is gonna be Karelia.
Karelia.
Another, I would say, nice map.
Yeah, I would say it's a pretty decent map too. It's the very oldest map in the game, if I'm not messing up the names. A little bit of an imbalance there as well. There is certain imbalances which can be really, really game dominating, but we haven't seen them too often yet, to be honest.
Okay, the teams are ready, and let's see how they play on Karelia. Karelia is again one of those maps, the classics. I would say that is one of the most balanced maps in the game right now.
I would not say that.
Well, what's so unbalanced about it?
Well, there are certain places on the east side of the map where you can spawn camp really hard and just deny any movement whatsoever. Apart from that, it is a very well balanced map. Yes, I do totally agree with you. But it's not the most balanced map, in my opinion. I think actually the most balanced map would be Eastern Europe.
Eastern Europe.
Yes.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I cannot say because I'm not a tournament player anymore. Well, I kind of am, but not in that way. For me, I think one of the most balanced maps is Karelia. Eastern Europe, yeah, it's a balanced map, but I think the problem with Eastern Europe is that from one side you get to the sea point much faster, and from the other side you can hide behind the sea point. You know, there's this building there where you can hide. But
yeah. Look at this.
Yeah.
This is exactly the thing that I was saying. Look at True Decision here.
Yeah,
He can
let's
just
go
completely cut off the spawn from the east of Der Adler, and
Yeah.
if he moves a little bit forward or just moves a little bit back, he can even prevent the Shark Rush from going up there, therefore forcing him either to take a shot in the engine and just be a sitting duck, or flank around like Overlord is doing, or go down into the little ditch
Meanwhile,
towards
Eagle
the shot site.
got a shot on. Whoa, Jeden Magazine just took out Maxiball, and Naomi got Eagle.
Oh man,
Whoa,
lot of
that's
stuff is
that's a
happening
lot of
just
stuff
now.
going out there. Wait. Why is this camera always like this? Sometimes I really get crazy about the camera when it switches me to the strange place. Johnny B. Good is now shooting True Story Bro. Johnny B. Good is actually in a better position because he's already up the hill. True Story Bro is asking for the help of his teammates. Meanwhile, Commissar and Raid Boss are holding this all these places where you can come to the A cap. Commissar is actually capping A right now. Shot have completely ignored the B cap and the C cap. And while True Decision, whoa, just took out THG, and THG is out of this round. Well played by True Decision and the shot Air Force, Jedu Magazine and Jedu Magazin. They just destroyed the Adler Air Force without any losses. Maxival, meanwhile, managed to take her.
Does actually get taken out by Maxival in the air, as Zerbo was saying. So now, Shot actually has no real strength in the Air Force. The only thing that is remaining is the Spitfire, which is, I believe, going back to base to rearm.
Yeah. Well, you know, a kill is a kill, and even if you lose your plane afterwards, you did your part. You know, that's. It's very important.
Not always necessarily.
Yeah.
Not always necessarily. Winning the airfight can
look at Commissar. Commissar will have. Will he have a shot on? Oh, nice shot by Raid Boss on Shark. I think Shark is in trouble right now, and Commissar finishes him off. Overlord cannot help, and look at True Decision. He's coming from behind. This is the thing that I like about this map. You can always come from behind. Use some strange ways to get behind your enemy, and you know, even though they're playing with markers, this is a tournament mode of the Thunder League with markers. You can still flank around, because if you don't have teammates near you that can spot the tanks for you or the planes in the vicinity,
you can't look through buildings and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of obvious.
It is still RB. It's the RB before the markers were taken out, but it's still RB. It's still RB flight models. It's still RB tank behavior. You know, you cannot drive like crazy, and if you lose your gun barrel, Johnny B. Good just got destroyed by True Story Bro. He got help from Eagle, but look at Commissar, Raid Boss, and True Decision. True Decision is meeting Shark Roos, trying to not let him get there. Meanwhile, Naomnik destroyed Grimmenheld. He's not letting Grimmenheld cap B, so we have a kind of a stalemate there. We now have a plane. Let's see, Jedu Magadan. He just dropped the bomb on the Shark Roos, and Shark Roos needs to repair because
yeah, look at that. Look at that. The
look
rock
at True
actually
Decision.
That actually, in my opinion, should have been a little bit more damage, because
Yeah.
look at these rocks are just negating the damage that these bombs can do, which is a bad thing in my opinion.
The bomb's
Especially on
damage
this map,
is
there's a lot of rocks.
the bomb damage is really strange, you know, because
And look at that, Commissar is now gonna get taken out by a True Story Bro by good play, shot right into the transmission.
yeah. Meanwhile, Raid Boss cannot help him because
True Story Bro's lower plate, but it's not gonna be enough.
yeah, Raid Boss is now alone against Eagle, and he's in big trouble. He doesn't have a gun barrel and a turret ring, so he's gonna. Yeah, True Story Bro is capping A, and Eagle finished off Raid Boss, and now True Decision just got destroyed by Overlord and Shark. Again, the Adler showing that you know, a lot of experience.
Yeah, exactly. They just show that they have more experience.
Yeah, experience really matters in the matches like this. You know, when the two teams, basically these two teams are pretty even on skill, but the team play from the Adler is on a little bit different level. You know, they also, it's very important. You know, when you play. When you train, it's always better to train against the better teams. Even if you get destroyed all the time, you will learn a lot of stuff from them, and in the end, you will have more experience when you're going to face them in the future.
Yes, indeed, you are right. Look at that, these APDS shots are just sometimes acting like pure APCR, just penetrating the armor and not fragmenting whatsoever. That, in my opinion, is one of the main downsides of APDS. It has good penetration and all, but it just doesn't really do the internal damage that you really look for. Especially in these high-tier games where, you know, an HE filler in a tank is a thing that you could most certainly use if you have to definitely kill certain crew members or just getting a one-shot.
Yeah. True Story Bro is now being pushed by Raid Boss in True Decision.
I think they might actually just leave him be and just move forward.
Well, you know, they have a problem. Really. They lost 2 players, and yeah, they're gonna take him out, I think.
Look at that, True Story Bro actually shot, but only made the track of True Decision red, which is, well, not gonna be enough.
That's the problem with British tanks. They have great guns, but no no HE filler in them, and
yeah, an HE filler is something which is most definitely of great value. That's why I would actually think tanks like the Tiger 2 and the Panther 2 would be really nice, because they have good penetration with a good HE filler.
Yeah, I have to say Panther 2 is one of my favorite tanks in the look at the Grimmenhild. Raid Boss just didn't see him. Yeah, markers or no, if you don't look, you know, you will never see the enemy. And True Decision just went into the Overlord's gun barrel, and he's probably gonna... Whoa! So who is winning here? Let's see. They're both like kinda crippled. Overlord doesn't have... He has only 2 crew members. True Decision also has 2 crew members, but he also doesn't have a turret ring. And who's gonna win here? I think Overlord is in better position overall.
Yeah, because he can actually shoot.
Yeah, he can actually... Yeah, he set True Decision on fire. But Commissar is coming with Tiger P. Oh, I don't think he doesn't have a shot.
He's got to back it up. And now he's got to finish maybe True Decision.
Oh, nice shot in the... In this small commander's hatch, and
I don't even think that was the commander's hatch. I think that was just through the roof armor of the what was it, a Centurion or Carnarvon? Because actually the frontal part of the roof armor is not very well angled, and it's not very thick. I think it's only like 40 millimeters thick, and if you have a gun like the Tiger's gun, you can go through that very easily.
Yeah. What was that by Maxwell? He just went in there blazing at the Commissar, and Commissar just one-shotted him. But still, it doesn't look very good for shot, because...
No, their Adler have been draining their tickets for a while now, and we're coming up to the 12-minute mark. Then they only have 3 minutes to fight back the tickets. While it is definitely possible, they would need to take all 3
True
caps
Story
and
Bro respawned. He's...
minimize the team.
Whoa! He... Commissar just blew his track, and True Story now has good shots into Commissar, I think. Oh... There's also True Decision who put a shot. Well, True Story Bro is down definitely. Although he killed True Decision, but Commissar just finished him. The problem that Commissar now has is that his repair is gonna take forever. Yeah, he repaired, but you know, repairing the track on the German Tiger, well, King Tigers takes a while.
On any German tank, heavy tank especially, these turret rings.
Meanwhile, Johnny B. Good just took out.
Good 30 seconds.
Johnny B. Good just took out Shark, and now, oh, this is a really strange situation. The Shot have three players left. Their Adler have 2 players left, but their Adlers are winning by tickets, and they're gonna win by tickets now.
Oh, look at that, Commissar.
He didn't see Grimmenheld. Yeah.
Not seeing Grimmenheld. Grimmenheld is like the stealth ninja of this game. He's done it multiple times to multiple.
And there goes Commissar, and their Adler win.
That is end game. That is.
Yeah, this is just experience. I think this is just experience.
It's close. To be honest. It is really close. I will say that. They're closely matched.
Yeah. I would really like to see Shots in the Pro League because they have the potential, you know, to be there.
Yeah, most certainly they do.
Let's see which map. Okay. So Shot choose Normandy.
Oh.
Shots are gonna play on Normandy. So this is. Oh. We're gonna have a 3-minute break. So let's take a look again at the vehicle lineup while we wait for the guys to get ready. So we have for the Americans the Walker Bulldog, which is basically in our regular setup, right? And it got a lower battle rating after the latest battle ratings fixing, or how would we say, updating. We have the M46 Patton, the only tier 5 tank in this lineup actually, but still at 6.7 battle rating. What do you think about the M46? I think it's a pretty good tank for Damien. Yeah, Damien probably had to go for a moment, but yeah. So I like the M46, and I played it a lot. I actually opened all the camouflages for this one, the regular one. I also have the premium one. It's a pretty decent tank, good mobility, not a bad gun, very good shell, the M82 with HE, high explosive filler. It also has some heat added in one of the last patches, so it's a pretty decent tank. Then we have the T26 E11. I haven't played this tank a lot. This is Super Pershing. It's pretty slow. The gun elevation is really slow. But it has a decent armor. I don't know if armor is helping there. Sherman Jumbo is kind of outclassed in this lineup. The M18, the Hellcat is there just to cap fast. There's no real damage from this tank. Maybe some crazy maneuvers around your enemies. The M36, well, 90mm gun is not bad, but the problem is that this is an open top vehicle and the planes can easily destroy it. That's why it's not really popular in our setups. M19, a decent AA, but there are a lot better AAs in the setup, like Ostwind or the Crusader AA. It can also kill tanks, but not that good, maybe as an Ostwind. P63 and TBF, they are standard issue. The P63 has 3 bombs, but it's not that popular because, again, Spitfire, Mark 14, and LA7s and even BF109s are probably better with energy retention and turning abilities. It's not a really popular plane in our setup. TBF, it's a solid bomber, but nothing special. For the Germans, Panther 2 is pretty nice addition. As I said, I really like this tank. I played it a lot, and it has a great gun. It has great mobility, and it can actually drive backwards, unlike other Panthers. It has paper thin armor on the sides, and it can actually be penned from the front by the Centurion, Mark III, and Carnarvon, which is kind of trade-off. But when this gun hits, it's really good. Panther A is standard issue. Again, nothing special about this tank. It can be easily penetrated in the turret because the turret is pretty big, and it has paper thin sides. Tiger 2P, its turret can be bouncy and it can be kind of trollish, but overall it's a little bit worse than Tiger 2H. Well, not a little bit, a lot worse than Tiger 2H, which has a much more much more armored turret, and it's really hard to hit that turret in those small places on the sides where you can actually pen it effectively from the front. Yak Panther, not really used a lot today, but it's a pretty solid machine. It has weak sides and weak lower plate, but it has a pretty bouncy sloped armor on the front. SDKFZ, Ostwind, those are standard issue. BF19 G10 is a pretty cool addition, but not really popular because it doesn't have rockets. T44 was the star of the last season of the Thunder League, or well, last and the first season of the Thunder League, because it was the best tank there, and we realized it too late. So it was actually dominating the first season, and but in this setup it's not really that hard. It's not that hard to kill, and it's not that popular because of the gun. Gun is too weak for these kind of tanks. Meanwhile, the game is starting and we are going to Normandy. Yeah, the other additions to this setup is Centurion Mark III and Carnarvon, great tanks with a 20-pounder gun that can really pen everything. So Normandy is loading. Let's go there and see if Shot can pull it back from the Adler. Right now it's 2-1. We're playing best of 5 till 3 wins, and this map was chosen by Shot. Let's see if they can make the score even against the other.
Let's see if they can bring it home.
Yeah, let's see. They chose this map, so
we do actually seem to have a little problem.
Oh yeah, one guy is on the other side.
Their Adler guys have actually spawned one too much, but that has been resolved now.
No, actually, one of the Shot guys.
Oh, that might actually be a big mistake.
Let's see if it's a restart.
I would say that as a restart because that could be a very cheeky way of.
Yeah, it's a restart.
Yeah.
Yeah, something happened, and one of the guys from shot got to uh, got into the Adler team, Yedu Magadan or Magazine, one of those guys, those twins. So we have a restart. Yeah, it happens sometimes. Sometimes guys, when they're sitting in the custom battles, if they get dropped or something, they enter, they choose the wrong team, and yeah.
Yeah,
Sometimes
there's a
we
lot of things that can make this happen.
and the raid boss says in the chat, traitor to uh, to Yedu Magatan, and he says, I was always on their 6. So a little fun there in the lobby. And the guys from the Adler say, kick him from the squadron, and True Decision says, how can I kick him? He's the commander. So his nickname actually means I'm driving to Magadan, to the city of Magadan, and one of the guys from the other says, yeah, take him to Magadan. Okay, we're gonna start again. You know, one of the things about the show matches and the live tournaments is that you have this interaction with players that you would never have in an automated tournament or even ESL tournament, because it's always fun. You talk with these guys, and even mistakes like this when they are like on the wrong team or something, you know, it comes out as fun in the end. Actually, Germany has an Austrian, so I don't know why these guys are not using it. In the actual league matches, guys are using the Austrians.
The Austrians are good. They're good for long range, but I know that a couple of guys very definitely disapprove with me on this statement, but I still think that the Crusader AAs can be very good close support vehicles because they have such a high rate of fire.
Yeah, but they cannot pen the tanks, right?
Yeah, they can't pen the tanks, and it is true that sometimes you do get multiple hits on them, and, well, if your aim is good enough, then there really isn't a need for such a high fire rate. The one big downside on that thing is the fact that, one, you can't pen tanks, and two, the actual...
They have a limited range, right?
The range is about 2 kilometers, and then the shells just disappear.
Yeah.
Against the Austrians, I think 3.5 kilometers even.
Yeah.
Which is quite a big difference.
So we see that Yedu Magazine has a good... Oh, he's going for THG. He has an altitude advantage over THG, but he's with a bomb. THG is also with a bomb. Oh, THG in a nice position. Oh, he just shot the pilot. What a shot by THG. This guy... Yeah, you know, THG just got set on fire. I should stop, you know, congratulating these guys. But TG is one of the guys who actually played for the Adler when they were in the finals of the Gladiators, so he's a very good pilot.
Yeah, very old pilot as well. Has been around for a long time with them.